So let's begin. What are the different types of trade union? So let's talk about that. So again, why trade union? We already know that a trade union is an organization which try to represent and protect the interest of its member. So all the people who are part of a trade union, they always get the protection. The protection could be economic protection, could be political protection, could be a social protection for all its member. So if you are a member of trade union, they are going to help you out. What is their principal aim? So their main function is to negotiate with the employer. So they try to negotiate with government, or try to negotiate with management on overpay. So any issue related to pay, related to salary, related to wages, related to bonus, related to holidays, related to working hour, related to working environment, related to job security, any issues which is part of an employee's journey, they are there to help them. They try to do a lot of collective bargaining. I already told you about collective bargaining also, when two parties come together and they try to negotiate. Next we have is types of trade union. So what are the different types of trade union we have? So there are around, we have 8 different types of trade union. One is called the craft union. Second is called industrial union. Third is called general union. Fourth is called labor union. Fifth is called blue collar worker union, white collar worker union. Seventh is reformist union, and eighth is friendly or uplift union. So there are different types of union, and every union has multiple tasks to do or different tasks to do. Let's go one by one. The first is called craft union. The worker belonging to the same craft. So what happens? Let's say uh, all the plumbers, there could be a part of, based on occupation, all of them are part of a particular union. Like rather than company specific union, there is a industry specific union, there is a occupation based trade union. So those are called craft union, right? So there could be plumbers union, there could be home helpers union, there could be uh, drivers union, there could be teachers union, there could be multiple such kind of unions, okay, based on profession and job. For example, all the mechanics who are working for different companies, maybe electrician, carpenter, turners, they all have their separate union. Electricians have their own union, carpenters have their own union, plumbers have their own union. Everybody based on their work, they have a different union. So therefore, craft union is open to member to certain trade or skill. So basically, craft member only accept those people who work or who is working in the same trade. So for example, it's if it is a plumbers association, then only plumber can join. If it is an electricians association, only electrician people can join. So that is one of the drawback of this. The main drawback of this union is uh, they they only focus on a particular skill, only limited to a particular skill, and because of that it becomes very difficult at times, right? The entire working of the industry paralyzed because the worker of the union cannot be easily replaced by others. So let's say if all the carpenters, or if all the plumbers, or if all the drivers will go on a strike on one day, it will be very difficult to manage, right? It would be like complete shortage of one particular thing in a particular country or in a particular city. Let's imagine that all the banking employees goes for a strike, and that for, let's say, for 2 months. So it would be very difficult, right? Everybody needs those services every day. I need to transfer my money, I need to get some post-dated checks, I need to get draft, so many things we need from bank. So next one we have called industry unions. The worker on the basis of industry can form union as well. So based on profession, that was craft, and based on industry, that is called your irrespective of their craft. There could be anything. There could be, for example, let's say in an IT industry or in the software industry, there are so many people who work in the software domain. They are software developers, front end developer, back end developer, full stack developer, testing people. So there could be multiple profession in a particular industry, right? So there are a lot of unions work on a industry basis. For example, telecom. So telecom could have multiple companies and multiple people, but anybody who's associated with telecom, they can be part of a particular industry, that is called industry union. For example, all the entire workforce of cement industry, all the people who are working in the cement industry, they can be part of an industrial union. It could have workers also, it can have managers also, it can have top management, like the people with on a senior role also, but it can have all the people from the same. Next we have is the type of union encourage workers solidarity and makes negotiation easy because single agreement covers all the workers. So basically this becomes industry associations are bigger associations because we have a lot of people joining in, and it becomes easier for them to work for all the people, because whenever they get in touch with the management, they try to negotiate on larger scale rather than negotiating on single. So industry unions are bigger unions. One major drawback of this union is the skilled work in it is feel like specific demands are not scientifically taken care of. So what happens is, since there are so many people from different segment join this industry union, not everybody gets the attention, not everybody gets the focus, not everybody gets their demands fulfilled by the management. So they also like pick and choose depending upon the volume of people they have. Okay, so if there, let us say 700 people are demanding for X thing and only 200 people demanding for Y people, they will always go with X, not with the Y. Okay, so majority plays a very key role in this industry. Let's move on to next topic, next one, and that is general union. So when anybody, irrespective of their craft, irrespective of their industry, but in a particular city or a region. For example, let's say Alberta has their own union, or Ontario people can have their own union. So every province, every region can have their own, and anybody can join them. Okay. So that is called your general union. For example, I've given you an example of Jamshedpur is a city in India. So they have their own labor union. So anybody living in Jamshedpur, anybody in that particular city, they can be part of that particular union. Simple. In that case, there is no distinction between skilled and unskilled. Yes, this is very important that in this kind of general union, you can have both kind of members. There could be a skilled workforce also joining in, and there could be unskilled ones also. So very important that you take into consideration that both of them will join together. Next we have is called labor union. So what is labor union? So in this union, membership is open to all workers, irrespective of their occupation, skill, or industry. Philosophy of being all the workers are have common status and common need. Now this is important. Here in the labor union, it is not about occupation, it is not about skill, it is not about industry. The only important thing is that they all have common status, they all have similar problems, they all have common needs, and they all are laborers. Very simple. So moving on, next we have is blue collar unions. What is blue collar union? So blue collar union constitute of employees usually performing operative jobs. So basically all the labor work jobs, all the lower level jobs or the operating jobs, they are called blue collar employees. So anybody who is a worker can be a part of blue collar. They usually operate machine in the production and allied department. So basically what they do, they operate machines, they do a lot of production work, they do a lot of assortment work. So basically uh, they are more into labor, poultry production, anything is getting produced on a particular factory. So all the workers working in that factory, they are part of blue collar unions. So blue collar union work constitute of the bulk membership. So basically anybody can join, anybody who is a worker, they can join this particular organization. So they always have a large number of pool of members. You don't have any, and there is a lot of game of volume also in trade union, because if you want to play a bargaining with management, it is not an easy task, it is a difficult task. Next we have is white collar, just opposite of this. So anybody who's doing desk job, officer job, or with high profile jobs, is not worker job. So they are called white collar jobs. Anybody who's a lawyer is a white collar, doctor, white collar, professor, what white collar. So these are like white collar jobs. Okay, and they also have their own association. So what are the various things we have in this? So we have banks, we have service sector people with us, we have insurance companies. So we have a lot of people working in that sector. Moving on, next we have, so white collar is a simple one, anyone who's educated and matured and they're aware. Next we have is reforming unions. So reforming unions are like bread and butter unions. So they try to present the economic, so they always fight for like the business interest, they always fight for bread and butter, they always fight for economic pay, wages. They always fight for these kind of things only. Reformation is all about related to economic. Okay, and anybody who's joining it, they get the financial benefit. Next we have is called revolutionary unions. So revolutionary union are more like the one who try to reform things. The one of those who have this like they're more like capitalistic, they're more like socialistic, right? They avoid doing strikes, they avoid doing boycott or gherao. They don't do that thing. They try to talk to the management and try to find a negotiation. So almost we are done. We left with one more, that is called friendly and uplift union. So basically these are like intellectual and moral members. So they don't fight with management, they only help other members to be part of it, and they organize different kind of activities. So these are like non-craft conscious. So basically anybody can join based on their own interest, and they are more like friendly, very friendly, law abiding. They don't fight, they do a lot of talking, they provide insurance, they provide profit sharing, they provide emotional support to the other members. So we are done with this topic. I hope it is clear.